Wait, stream is not. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to IRC Season 2, Round 6. We are here for Monza, the WEC layout. And yeah, it's Lemma Ultimate sponsored by Racims. In the combox is me, Swagger Turbo, and the streamer and my co commentator is Deepak alongside me. Oh, definitely. It's like very heartbreaking zones that, at least the first and maybe even seventh turn, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it's like, it's going to be, let's hope that it's not going to be carnage in turn one. But yeah, it's obviously, we've seen so many crashes happening in real life as well as in the Sims. So yeah, we'll have to see if these guys can keep it clean. Turn one, last time around, they did keep it clean in Bahrain, I think. And yeah, it was a very good, a very dominating race by FIFA Kanak, and he was in P1. So let's see if we can just extend that lead going into this race. Of course, we have FIFA Kanak or Kanak Satam leading the championship right now in his Corvette by he has 238 points. We have Moto in P2 in the Porsche with 212 points. So those are the two title contenders, and that is very close, margins between those two. So yeah, let's see if Moto can make any gains on Kanak this time around. But yeah, last few races we've seen Kanak dominating the track and Moto being a little slow in the qualies. So yeah, let's see if he has put in some practice for Monza and can he gain some speed in the Temple of Speed.
Yeah, indeed, Motorbike's own admission was like, I'm not having enough practice and I just need to more practice because he definitely got the pace to challenge. But it's just that he's just not getting that capitalized in the second half of the race where Kanak is just able to pull away with the advantage of the car and the driver working together. So we'll be looking to see how that goes on today. And I'm pretty sure the drivers are excited to get going after a week's break. And of course, this being Monza, like I said, it's a very popular racing circuit. A lot of people do like to drive here and race here. It's one of those straightforward, simple circuits, hard braking zones, just and you send it and hope for the best. That kind of a circuit, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of moves the drivers will be able to pull off. And as you're aware, the format is also a 45-minute race with 2x tire wear and fuel. So obviously there is that factor of strategic play also involved. But when push comes to shove, considering this is a circuit that's very good for racing, we are going to see some very late dives, I feel.
Most definitely, we have seen quite a few strategic masterclasses as well, and yeah, at least in the last race, we saw that the top two got really close after the pit stop. One of them wanting to pit for new tires, whereas the other did not. But yeah, it was pretty fun. At least a little bit of racing up front for the lead, but yeah, pretty dominant overall. And yeah, I think this time around it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategies these guys come up with. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and watch, of course. We'll have to see what kind of magic Kanak can pull through this time, or can Moto out of nowhere get himself up to that P1 position, at least close that gap. Right now, it's just 26 points, as you can see on screen. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, indeed. Currently, we are
Oh yeah, these guys are raring to go as well, and we are also excited to start the quali. And last time around, we saw that it took almost 3 laps for the tires to get into the right temperature. But hopefully this time around, it is much more, just straight up, just get in the lobby, and after a hot out lap, you're ready for the hot lap. So not much to load on the tires because it's mostly just straights and hard braking zones. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. Right now, it is Riyan Shobhan in P1, but of course, it's just practice, and these guys just putting in some laps and taking themselves out on the tire wall there. I think that's just for the camera. He's like, okay, I'm on screen. Not much going on. They just show a little bit of carnage. Yeah, the stewards do get a lot of action going on. At least, I've seen in the previous races where there have been so many reports in the LMU reports channel. And yeah, for the viewers who want to get in on the action, and even if you don't have the game and just want to enjoy the beef going on post race, you can join the Discord. Link should be in the description, or of course, you can go into indieracing.com and join from there. Well, let's see how these guys get the tires into the right temperature or right window and start pushing, because we have the first three cars out, and we can see Arav Shakunt in that Aston Martin out already, and a huge queue behind him, and a lot of cars just trying to get out on track. Let's hope there's no contact, at least in the out laps. But yeah, everyone trying to get some clear air in front of them and get the party started. Yeah, everyone on a different strategy. We see Australia here in front, just overtaking and trying to just get going. So yeah, Ronit on track now, the lead car for quali. He'll be the first one to settle up. And we have, yep, there was yellow flags in sector 1. It's cleared up real quick. That's good to see. And yeah, let's see what kind of lap time these guys put. Australia has started the lap just now. It's a very long stretch to the first turn, of course. Yeah, it's a heartbreaking right-hander and then just complete left again. So the first chicane, let's see if he can take this properly. A little wide, not touching the first apex. And yet again, the second one is also slightly wide. Of course, the entry wasn't the best, so the exit also will be compromised a little bit. And of course, it's a long straight, or I shouldn't say straight because it does curve to the right. But yeah, to the next turn here, again, yet another chicane before the Lesmos. So yeah, trying to maybe gain the time that he had lost, taking the curb a little bit, using the curbs, touching the gravel on the left hand side on the screen right there, and yeah, going to first Lesmo. It looks pretty decent, but yeah, we can see that it's not purples out there, but it's a pretty neat lap by him at least for now, and we had Gar Aurora setting the. Ooh, that's I think a slight bit of oversteer from Ronald there. But yeah, right now it is Gaurav with the purple first sector coming through the line, and yeah, Ronald sets the 151.2. We did see that in what was it? I think the practice session itself, someone had put a 150.5, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, still got time to improve. Of course, this is the second lap. Much better apex compared to the last time around. Takes the curb. I think touches the gravel a little bit on the right there. But yeah, much better start from the Ronit here. Hugging the right side apex, or I should say right side curve pretty well. Taking the optimal line and going into the first set, or second set of the chicane here. It does look like he has taken it better than before, but again, I don't know if he has, of course, gained 5/10 of a second. The tires are in the right window, taking the Lesmo one pretty decently, using the curbs perfectly over there. Can he brake at the right point over here and not go into the gravel? It's very easy to dip your left hand tires into the gravel there, but I think he did a very decent job of keeping it on track. And yeah, a much better lap compared to last time around already. We're going into the parabolic now, and final, just throttle all the way to the finish line here. Let's see if he can improve. He was 5/10 faster in the first sector, did not improve the second sector, but does improve in the third, and that's a 150.6. So that's provisional pole for Ron Sorelli right there. Yep. Well, there we go. That's one of the title contenders right there. Hardik Pandya finally in the top spot. Just for now, of course, it's just provisional pole. We still have all the drivers who have to set their lap times and get their tires in the right window as well. And there it is, the blue Porsche of Hardik Pandya. And there we go, Kanak Satam. Almost, I think that's 3/10 faster than Hardik. And yeah, he's just shown that this is the reason he's leading the championship. And yeah, it does go fast. And we have one Mali in P2 coming out of nowhere. That's a very decent lap by Aditya right there. Yeah, for sure. And we had quite a few other drivers as well who were up there in the top five, which we don't see as of now. But Ron Australia goes even faster, and Ajish Gilbert goes faster than him as well, setting a 149.9. That's the fastest that we have seen till now. Hardik Pai does not improve on his lap time and his. Oh, actually, he does improve on the lap time, but it's not enough to even overtake Kanak. But yeah, right now, provisional poll goes to Ajish Gilbert. Well, a very decent lap from Ajish right there, but right now we are on screen. We are still with Hardik Bari. Let's see if he can go faster. Kanak also not able to go faster compared to the last time. Oh, that's a. I think he just want to just stop, go for maybe new tires, different fuel, and yeah, set up another lap, because of course he has enough time to go for one more lap or multiple laps, I would say. He still has 11 and a half, almost 11 and a half minutes left, and yeah, we are on board Akbar Kumar, I think this is, and yeah, he's also in the portrait. We can see that they are struggling a slight bit on, it is going into the Lesmos, but yeah, we just have to wait and see what these guys can pull up.
Yep, approaching the Askari chicane, takes more on the entry, cuts these curves. These cars can take quite a lot of curves actually. Goes on the X curve, and well, I think probably there may be a track invalidation, or I'm not sure if the telemetry is having some issues. But yeah, anyway, Akbar has backed out of the lap. Clearly see the car is just lifting off. So Forte in the second sector did not pop up. I think he's just called it for now. And Cerelia goes faster with a 49.9. That's fantastic.
Well, the margins are pretty close, at least in front. The top two just spread out by 500th of a second. And yeah, Ronit as well as Ajish, both of them, we haven't seen much of them in the previous races. But now, I think this is a track which suits them quite a bit. And yeah, P1 and P2 right now, which is very, very good. They're almost 3 tenths faster than the championship contenders right now, which is Kanak Satum and Hardik Pari in P3 and 4. So yeah, they're setting some very decent lap times, and on screen right now we have Bhargav Talari, who was fighting for a podium last time around. And yeah, let's see where he can put this BMW. Right now he's in P7. Can he improve? It does not seem like it. I think he's just on a prep lap and might go for it in the next one.
Yep, looks like that. The sectors are not that great, but I think this is just him getting the tires warmed up, and I think he's just going for his proper time attack right now. We'll be interested to see what kind of lap times he can put. He has also been quietly getting some good haul of points in the races, and getting a good quality position obviously is going to be helping him a lot in this race.
Well, it is Monza. It's P1. I mean, turn 1 carnage is pretty much, it's very hard to avoid. But yeah, if you're in the front, it just gives you that extra bit of space to get out of the way of the cars behind and try to keep your nose clean. Let's hope there's not much going on this time around in Monza. But yeah, we can never just, disregard the fact that it's a very hard braking zone. Everyone's on different braking points, and yeah, it's very easy to just overshoot or brake a little too late.
Yeah, that's always a possibility when you're trying to go a little faster. You tend to just overshoot yourself and go through. As Bharat has put a personal best first sector, and is rounding off. So that let's move 2 and on we go to the back straight. It's quite a long straight, but again, it's just enough to keep you in the hook. Just calibrate yourself, see what speed you're hitting. Just look out for the brake marker and just send it on top of that Askari. She can cut so much of the curve on the inside, and he does take a lot of curve, which he can do in these cars, which is quite surprising and quite amazing to see actually the cars getting launched over the curves and just hangs on. He's just flashing to let the cars ahead know, just get out of the way please, I'm on my lap. So yeah, this could either play into his hands or be very bad for him, because like I said, the slipstream can make a bit of a difference, but you don't want to be too close that your rhythm is going to get affected And I think currently he might be feeling so with the Aston Martin in front, but I really don't think it's a huge time loss for Messi. He just sneaks behind him to get a maximum slipstream that he can. And look at this traffic jam coming out of the pit lane. So funny to see.
And yeah, I think that was Bhargav and Sandeep almost having a race there. Bhargav had more speed, of course. I think Sandeep was on a prep lap as well. So yeah, Bhargav Talari just puts himself up into P2 with 100th of a second behind Ron Sorelli right now, who is still in P1, which is very interesting to see. We have Ron Sorelli in P1, Bhargav Talari in P2, Ajish Gilbert in P3. Well, fourth is Kanak and fifth is Akbar Kumar, and he has split both the contenders as of now. And Hardik Pari is still in the pits, so definitely will have to come out soon to try and improve his qualifying position. I don't know if he's trying to start from the 6th, but yeah, soon all of them will be out. There will be a lot more traffic jam, I guess. But yeah, we have Jaikumar Patil on screen right now with a different livery compared to last time around. And we've seen him also, in the top 5, getting some decent amount of points for himself. Does get unlucky here and there with a few contacts. Oh, there we go. Tokyo Drift. We finished Fuji quite a long time back, and yeah, at least he kept it on track.
That was a sick trip, but unfortunately you don't get points for that. But yeah, he's really out of place at P23. He's definitely got the pace to be much further up, and he is out of place at this moment. So he'll definitely be looking to get his way up through that, because 23 is definitely not where he belongs with the pace that he has shown so far.
Yeah, definitely. We are talking. I was literally just talking about how he has kept himself in at least the top 5 in most of the races, but yeah, it's just these unlucky spins and not even driver error. I would say he has been unlucky with a few incidents in the past. So yeah, let's see if he can get a better lap time. He still has 5 minutes to set a better lap time, of course, and if he can do that, it will give him a decent chance of maybe staying away from the car mate that might ensue, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And while we're talking about that, we have Priyan Shobhan in P4, who has again gone in front of Kanak Satam, who is out on track. Let's see if he can improve. On screen right now is Akbar Kumar, who's in P6, a pretty decent lap time by him as well, 149. Yep, there we go. We are on board the provisional pole sitter, Ronald Cerelia. He hasn't been able to improve his first lap. Of course, I think he was on the out lap anyways. But yeah, we have. Oh, that's I think Gaurav Arora in P2. A phenomenal lap by him. Puts him the exact time as Bhargav Talari. And yeah, that's 100th of a second behind Ronit Cerelia here.
Yep, Gaurav also back after a long time, and good to see him also up top already in P2. So it's going to be an interesting fight up top. But we still got this qualifying session to get over. We've got 3 minutes, and this is the time when the drivers had to pull out their drawers and get the maximum out of that, whatever they had kept in reserves. This is the time that they had to put it all on the line. And we see Cerelia has gone just that little faster. It's 0.02 personal best, but sometimes that's all it takes to get dislodged from your pole position or disrupt from second or whatever, because it's just 5 margins. It's 0.010 the cap, so every unit of time counts here, and you can see Cerelia is doing his level best to hold on to that. And let's see how he takes Ascari chicane. The second sector was not so good. He has lost some time, but I hope he has fueled up enough to have one more go at this. He can definitely hold on to that pole position, because right now it looks a little shaky with the competition behind.
Well, almost everyone is out on track now, and it's going to be hard to find an empty piece of, I would say, track. And yeah, we have Kanak Satam trying to get that P1 away from Ronit Cerelia. He is purple in Sector 2, Let's see if we can go faster. Talking about that, Gaurav Arora goes faster, and so does Ronit. Ronit goes faster by, I think, almost, again, just hundreds here and there. It's a 1.9.8 to beat as of now. Can Kanak, going into the last and final turn, take that pole away from him and promote himself up from P6? Just a few more seconds before we get onto the main straight here. And that's a 149.5. That's a phenomenal lap by Kanak. And he's just showing why he is leading this championship right now.
Yep, that's a very impressive lap. And I'm not sure if the guys ahead have an answer for this, but he seems to have struck the blow at the very last moments of the quali. There's time for one more lap. It will be interesting to see if the guys can fight back and take the pole position back from Kanak.
Well, this is very good news for him because his closest rival in the championship, at least, is P8 as of now. So, yeah, Moto is struggling quite a bit. Let's see if he can go faster and improve on his lap time. While we're talking about improving lap time, we have Ronit, who's again 17,000th of a second faster in first sector and second sector as well. But there's 0.3 of a second between him and Kanak now. So he can, of course, set that, make sure he gets P2 at least, if not P1. But yeah, we just have to see if he gets a phenomenal lap towards the end of this final sector. Can he gain 0.3 in one sector? It's going to be hard. There's a spun out car in front of him. Definitely, maybe put him off a slight bit there. But yeah, coming up to the line now, let's see what kind of lap time he sets. And it's a 149.8. So doesn't really get close. Gaurav Arora, on the other hand, has gone P2 and taken away the first, what's it called? The first lane from him? Who? That is Ajit Gilbert just stopping on the side and yeah, probably retiring. It's just 30 seconds in the session now, and I don't think he'll be able to improve. Kanak is still out, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, he doesn't need to improve anymore. We have Gaurav Arora in P2 and Ryan Saridia in P3. And we haven't really seen much of Hardik Pari here. He's still in P8. He hasn't been qualifying in the top spot, I think the past few races, but somehow he does manage to come back in the race itself. So yeah, let's see what he can do this time around. We are on board Akbar Kumar right now, who has a very decent P7. Can he improve? No, he does not. That's a 150.0. I saw a few spots of water on the windshield. I'm not sure if it's raining or not, but yeah, there we go. We have Jaykumar Patil. Can he keep it on track, not drift? And he is fighting the car quite a bit. We can see that a bit of a snap here and there. He's P17 now. Can he put himself up in the P10 spot? Positions, nope. That's P12 for him. So quite a lot of positions that he has to gain now.
Yep, he's got the work cut out for him, and I don't think he needs to stop there on the track. He needs to go back to the garage quickly, and there he is. So yeah, he's definitely got his work cut out for him. P12, it's not a great place, but at least it's not a circuit where it's very difficult to overtake. So you have that as a saving grace. So he's gonna have to keep himself clean and keep himself off the trouble, and he could definitely stand to benefit if he could just keep away and trouble and just get those positions clean.
Yeah, I think most of these guys are just coming back to the pits now. Is anyone still on an hot lap? Yeah, I don't think so. It is, of course. We have Faizan and Shakan coming over the line now, and I don't think both of them improved. Faizan is still 17th, and Shakant is P11 as of now. So I think that's pretty much it. Everyone's back in the pits, and yeah, the top three: Kanak Satam, Gaurav Arora, and that was Ronit Sarelia in P3. Oh, I am pretty sure the numbers are kind of messed up, but yeah. Abdul Bukit would have been extremely happy with a
Okay.
P1 right there.
Something is wrong.
ABD
Let's
will be
try this
absolutely.
again. Oh,
He'll be
well.
like, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Okay. I guess there's something going on, but yeah, like I said, I think ABD will be very happy looking at this. So yeah.
Well, let me just take us through the whole grid. We have it on the other screen, anyways. So we have Kanak Satam in P1, Gaurav in P2, Ran Srilli in P3. We have Bhargav Talari in P4, Ajish Gilbert in P5, Hardik Pari in P6. He did take the position off of Akbar Kumar and promoted himself up to P6. And yeah, following Akbar is Priyansh Obhan in P8. He was in the top 3, I think, last time around, but yeah, starting P8 this time around. And behind him is Aditya Vanmali and Raj Modi rounding up the top 10. We have Arush Shakunt, Jay Kumar Patil, Shiv Kiran, James Robin, Samik Sen, Sandeep Maridu. We have Mohammad Faizan, A. Afzan, and Geetan Samuel rounding up the 20. Oh, actually, we have Azim Banatwala in P20. We saw a very good debut from him last time around. And let's see if he can make some places up in the main race. Of course, going into turn 1, there's a lot of opportunity. I'm not saying it should happen, but let's say it does. He does have a chance of gaining a few positions or getting, involved in the whole, carnage. We'll see. Anyways, it is Abid Hussain in P21, Abdul Makit in P22. Game thought he's in P1. Unfortunately, he is quite a way below that. But yeah, we have Justin Thomas, Santosh Kumar Sami, Nick Phoenix, Alex Joseph, Nihit Pahuja, Aditya Shashank, Ritesh Singh, Aradhya Gupta, and Salman M. Sulfi in P31. I think he did not set a lap time. But yeah, that's all the 30 drivers on track, slowly getting the setup and getting the tires. Let's see who comes out on top by the end of the 45 minutes.
Yep, it's a very 45 minutes might not sound like long, but it is gonna be long for these drivers, and I'm pretty sure by now the nerves will start firing because of course you're approaching one of the most infamous turn ones, and it does has that aura around it where you're always gonna have to be extra careful that you don't want to be the guy who started a chain reaction. So pretty sure those all be running in their minds, but they're gonna have to clear all of it and focus on the task up front, which is basically maintain their position in some formation lap and just nail the braking zone and stay away from incidents. That's all that needs to be running in their minds right now.
Well, it's 30 cars, 2 are in the pits, but the rest 28 of them are out on track. So let's see what happens going into turn 1. It's going to be interesting to say the least. All of them are on screen right now, getting to the start finish straight, and yeah, soon they'll be on the start line. And there we go, it's green light, and away we go. We have a drive through for Shashank already, but it looks like Kanak and Gaurav are almost side by side, but no, Kanak has a better second phase of this start. And that looks way lesser than 30 people on road, not gonna lie. But yeah, going side by side right now is the Porsche of our Suletia and P. Talari. It's going side by side through turn 1. Did look pretty clean in the background as well there. And Kanak has managed to keep P1 from Gaurav there. And Ronit and Bhargav still going side by side. It's going to be the inside line for Bhargav. And Hardik Pari has promoted himself up to P5 here. And he has overtaken Ajish Gilbert in the background, and yeah, Bhargav just about giving both of them pretty decent racing, gets squeezed a little bit, and this is Hardik trying to make a move on Bhargav, going into the first Lesmo, and there we go, the inside line, pretty decent move by him. Ronit goes super wide, that just opens up the corner for Hardik, and he takes a free position here. What a start this is for Hardik, but he goes wide as well, and it's still side by side going into the second long straight. And yeah, this is a very, very intense start for Ronit Surelia, who's dropped down P3 now. Or actually, just got back to P3 now. And Hardik with a very decent start, back up to P4.
Yeah, indeed, that was a bit of a scrappy Lesmo 1 for Surelia, but he has regained his composure and got the place back on Hardik Pari. And yeah, what a start from Hardik also. He has gained a lot of positions through that through the opening lap, so he'll definitely be happy, but he's still got a lot of work to do. But this is still a repeat of what happened last time around with Kanak and Gaurav just bolting away from this back. Already 2.7 second gap, which is just ominous at this point.
It's really dominant, and it's really seen. And of course, these guys are driving it really well as well. And yeah, Hardik under pressure now from Bhargav Kalari, and Ajit Gilbert just following them close behind. It looks like Bhargav had a better exit compared to Moto, but he breaks much later, and Moto takes the inside line now. Just about enough. Oh, that's a bit of tap right there. Bhargav goes on to the gravel, and yeah, he would not be really happy with that, but yeah, still has to keep going on. He's still on the inside, Moto. You have to leave him space, and there we go. It becomes the inside line for Moto though, but that BMW right in front of him has so much more speed compared to him. But can he yet again brake late? Yes, he does. Is there enough space? Squeezes him out, makes him cut the corner as well, and yeah, I think that would go to the stools for sure.
Yeah, well, that's some very feisty racing from both of the cars. Clearly, the Porsche of Moto, either wrong setup or whatever it is, he's struggling a lot on the straight. We just saw Surelia overtake him even after a bad exit. And now the Beamer of Bhargav Kalari is just hounding that car. And behind we have a 3-car battle. These guys are just calling for all positions that they can get.
Well, I'll let you just focus on the fighting and let's take over this. Beautiful pre-shot right there. And yeah, we are back to the racing. We have Akbar Kumar in front of, that is Vanmali and Arav Shakunt, who has also gained, I think, one position. Never mind. He's in P10 as of now. But yeah, Vanmali losing a few positions there. And a pretty decent job by Jaikumar Patil as well. He's up to P7. I think he started P12 or something. So yeah, the pace is there. It's just have to be... Oh! While I'm talking about that, the lead has changed. Kanak has gone to P2 and Gaurav Arora has taken the P1 spot away from him. But yeah, Kanak trying to go for a move down the inside here. Let's see if he can brake later and make it side by side. Nope. He chooses not to, just stays behind him for now. And he doesn't need to go for a dive down the inside. He can just take it chill because Hardik right now is in P4. It's a 26 point gap. So yeah, he doesn't have to go for do any stupid moves. He just has to keep it clean, and even a P2 over here would be nice. But yeah, it's a long race. He can still come back at Gaurav. And yeah, let's see how the race unravels.
Indeed, I think that move happened in the last corner. I think Kanak must have made a mistake because through Parabolica they were already this overtake were already done. So we'll try to catch a replay once the dust settles. But behind it's still the race is still raging, and these guys are just stuck together, trying to find any kind of weakness and make that move stick. So yeah, it's been quite an intense opening 2 laps, I would say.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes has been just non-stop racing, which is kind of good because it just keeps us entertained. The viewers, drivers, everyone that is in the zone, and that's what we like to see. But yeah, this is a pretty long train here. It's like a DRS train without the DRS. But yeah, all of them are there. We have Mohammad Faizan in front of these guys. We have Shikiran right behind the Aston Martin of Sandeep Maridu here, very close, going into coming out of Askari. And yeah, let's see, going to the final turns here, he just has to make sure he gets a better exit and just go for a send down the inside. Oh my god, that was very close for him, going into Parabolica there. And wow, that's just different braking points, and too many cars in front of him, and he does well, really well, to keep out of any damage there.
Yep, and Surelia has caught up to this, and now the lead battle has become a 3-car fight. So this is looking very interesting for the lead of the race.
Well, this could be a strat from Kanak. He's just using the symmetry of the car in front and maybe just saving up tires. We won't know, but if it stays like this, we can ask him in the podium interviews, because right now it is Gaurav leading Kanak from Ronit, who is pretty rapid, sets the fastest lap. the last time around as well. And this is Akbar Kumar sending it down the inside of Jai Kumar Patil. And what a move. He goes a little bit wide. Jai Kumar gets back at him. And Vanmali is right there trying to make a move on the Porsche and does go down the inside here. And I think that's a set move. He goes for a dive, does not work out for him, and loses position. Unlucky for him.
That dive was outrageous. Jai Kumar had to take avoiding action there. But then again, sometimes that's what happens in your attack. You have to be measured and you have to be careful. If you don't, you're going to open yourself up to attack. And we just saw that happening there. Vanmali pouncing on that opportunity. And Akbar Kumar went from hunting for a position, now back one more position. And now he is in the clutches of Arav Shakul, who is in the Aston Martin, and he's closing in on these guys.
Well, that just shows how close this pit pack is, because a small mistake means you're losing a position or two. And if you go for a send down the inside just like this, you can gain the position back. Going into this turn, it's not the best places to overtake, but yeah, Vanmali is keeping it around the outside. Pretty decent exit as well. And of course the Corvette is gonna shine on the straight now, and I think he can just keep that position away from Akbar behind.
Yep, the Corvette is just running on the straights, and you see Arav Shakul is pulling alongside. That Porsche is really struggling on the straights, and you can just see that difference straight away. Arav Shakul caught up so much that he was just alongside. But I think behind Rajmodi had missed up his braking marker, and he is cutting the circuit. Hopefully he gives back enough time to not get a track limit warning. That could really win your race. So yeah, hopefully he did that.
Yeah, it does look like he has lost position to Faizan over there. So yeah, he has slowed down, given the position away, and Akbar has gone from the attacker to a defender now, and he has to defend the position. And talking about that, it is Rajmodi getting attacked by Sandeep Maridu here, but yeah, just does decent amount of move, and that turns into an attacking move because Somik Sen has made a mistake, but there's not much of space to overtake right there. Somik is on the back foot though. He is getting attacked by two cars now rather than one. Sandeep alongside Rajmodi. Can he make a move around the outside here? He does. Rajmodi is just kind of slow on the straight and has been overtaken by Sandeep pretty cleanly out of the Lesmo 2, and going into his car he's already in front, and now he has a BMW in front of him who he can try and seize up into the next turn.
Yep, that was again a case of attack going wrong. I know Rajmodi is suffering a lot. He's under attack from ABD, who is looking very racy. He's already alongside and he's sending one on the inside and Parabolica. And Shiv Kiran, again, we just caught him missing the brake marker earlier. He's definitely out of pace over here right now. The brake marker and everything is quite different for a guy who is slightly faster. So he will definitely be looking to get cleared of these cars as quick as he can.
Well, we are the tempo speed. Tifosi is definitely not like this. Rajmodi down to P16 now. And yeah, he's just losing more and more positions, and that is, I think that's Jai Kumar Patil losing positions as well. He has gone off the track into turn 1. Yep. No idea what happened there. We'll see a replay maybe soon. But yeah, has lost positions yet again and is down to P14 now. So we did see that he has a pace, but yeah, he's right in the mix now. So he has to try and defend and then go for attack in the upcoming laps. But right now, Shiv Kiran right on the back of Jai Kumar there. But yeah, I think he's recovered now and can try and make a gap, keep clean and keep consistent.
Yep, I'm not sure what happened to Jai Kumar Patil. Did he miss his braking marker, or was he trying to overtake and overshot himself? But yeah, now he's got a whole lot of work to do all over again, back to P14.
Well, if you see, the whole big picture here, he started P12, he's down to only 2 places. But yeah, with the phenomenal start that he had, that's gone undone. And yeah, he's now stuck in this battle for, I think, P11. And a tall order in front of him to try and get back, because we can literally see through this camera angle. It's just everyone is on this straight, except of course the leaders. Everyone's just there, and it's very close gaps between all of them. And Kanak Satam has gone fastest and is P1. God of Aurora is down P5, so something has happened in front as well. We have Ronit Aurelia in P2 still, putting the pressure on Kanak here. It's Hardik Pari in P3, Bhargav in P4, and Gaurav has dropped down to P5. So something definitely has happened to him. I'm sure we'll get a maybe a replay of him. And while talking about that, we have Faizan going for a move on one Mali, or maybe just defending, and that's a huge. Oh, there we go. Not a pile up, going side by side, and that is not good. Yep, there we go. That's the pile up I was thinking about, and yeah, that is unfortunate for him. One Mali just spinning out, coming out of the first chicane, and yeah, there's not much Faizan could have done there.
Yep, that is one of the dangers of getting stuck there. That's why we always say just look out for the flags and pay attention, because a lot of times it's very blind. You're taking the chicane, you turn left, and then you see two cars parked in front. It's not a happy sight to see, but yeah, that was quite sad to see. But hopefully, most drivers avoid, because we couldn't like clear angle of that. But hopefully, there was not huge damage involved, because that will be very disappointing for the race.
Yeah, indeed, and both of them have lost quite a lot of positions as well. They are in 19th and 21st. Both of them were, I think, in the top 10. So, yeah, at least pretty close to the top 10. And talking about close, Ronit's really very, very close to the back of Kanak. But yeah, Kanak just has much better pace on the straight. So, it's going to be a battle of maybe the pits strategy, because both of them are pretty much same on the energy part of the race, and it looks like Ronit has a slight bit of pace, but at the same time it's just a very, very small gaps throughout the laps. So yeah, both of them doing a pretty decent job of keeping P1 and P2 and just keeping it consistent at this point. 7/10 of a second gap between them, or it's become 8/10 now. But yeah, Kanak has been in the spot before, and we've seen him just keep it in front without any battle, I would say. But yeah, so yeah, just definitely keeping him on his toes as of now.
See what happened with Aurora here. He's been running pretty much on his own, and we can just see yellow flag, not a contact. So did he just lose his car in this car?
Well, it looks like it's pretty clean as of now. The bumps over here, nope. Looks pretty clean even now.
Yep, indeed. I think I given the wrong timestamps. My bad, guys. I will drop the replay in a short while. Let's go. Oh, okay. Parabolica had caught him off guard.
I think that's the Lesmo, right?
That didn't look like Lesmo to me. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's the first Lesmo.
You are right. I think the Lesmos had caught him off guard with that fast turn in, I think. Yeah, we didn't know that the Corvette is a bit of a how to put it, a bit of a whimsical car, you could say. It's a bit loose on the rears, and it does go through its tires very quickly. I guess Panda just experienced it firsthand over there.
Yeah, just a slight snap of force here there, and yeah, trying to overcorrect it and goes into the wall. So he will definitely have a bit of damage. So that's gonna drop a lot of speed on his car there. And yeah, just in the back we have Samik Sen trying to make a move on Sandeep Maridu, who's done pretty well to be in that P9 as of now. Again, both of them having different braking zones there. We can see that the Aston was braking a bit earlier compared to the BMW, but then getting a pretty decent exit out of the turn, the first chicane at least. And yeah, just keeps the car in front as of now. And I think, who's this? We are on board the Corvette of Gaurav Arora, who has caught up to the back of Akbar Kumar. And yeah, let's see if he can make a move. This is the exact corner where he had lost it previously while he was in the lead, and looks like this time around it's going to be a pretty clean exit for him. And we are on board Rajesh Gilbert, who is trying to make a move on Arav Shakunt, who is in P7, started P11 I think, so a pretty decent start by him. But yeah, under a lot of pressure from Ajish.
Yeah, indeed. But I mean, this is where the car strategy come to play. The Aston Martin is really good on the straights. This is what I was hearing from these guys. They were like, Aston is really good on the straights, and the Porsche has been a bit of a slouch when it comes to straight line performance. But the brakes and the corners is where the Porsche is making up a lot of time. So we can see that the braking zones, Ajish is catching up a lot, but once the straight hits, the Aston is just running away.
Yeah, so it's pretty much same as what's happening in front. So we have Kanak in front, who has visibly better pace on the straight, and Ronit does catch up a little bit to him, but yeah, Kanak is just pretty comfortable in that P1 right now. The gap is floating around a second. It's like it goes down to like 5/10, it goes up to a second again. So yeah, it's in that range as of now. I think he's just settling in, and Hardik Pari is in P3, almost 8 seconds behind the leaders. And I think that was a car going a little wide.
Yep, Ajish had missed his brake marker. I mean, both Ajish and Arav had missed their brakes and went in the off, and Ajish had to take cut through there. And behind, we see these two guys just clapping it out, going side by side into turn 1 and 2. Shiv Kiran and Jake Patil giving it all for P12 and P13. But it still matters at the end of the day because it's still bragging rights. And Jake Patil goes down the inside, and he seems to be taking the place away from Shiv Kiran, who cannot do much in that occasion.
That's very good car placing by Jagma Patil there. He's back up to P12, and let's see if he can gain a few more positions and just keep it on track. In front we have both the actually not both the Aston Martin. We have Pradeep Manidu, and that's the Porsche of Ajish Gilbert trying to make a move on Arav Shakun, but we've seen some very good defense from Arav in the past, and it looks like he's doing a pretty decent job over here as well. He's held on to that P7 for I think the last couple of laps, and yeah, doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, there was some good car placement, blocking the inside into Ascari chicane, and just letting Ajish go the long way around. And you can see the Porsche is looking racy through the corners. He can run much tighter lines while the Aston is struggling to keep it on. Now I think this might open up a chance for Ajish to go through, because Aston had went so much wide that it's not a very good line. But again, from the straights, the Aston can hold on its own. So let's see what kind of braking performance the Porsche has at this point. Side by side into the corner, and Ajish brakes just enough so that he can get ahead. That's a very well made move.
Yeah, that's just a braking masterclass right there from Ajish. Just brakes later, gets the corner, and he did have the I think inside line. So yeah, a good move by him, and he will be looking at attacking Gaurav in front now. But yeah, the gap is quite a bit. It's almost 2 seconds. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Right now, slowly but surely they'll get into the like pit window, and all of them will be making the pit stops. And even now, it's a second gap between the leaders. Hardik has caught up a little bit. That gap just went back up. It's back up to 8.6, and I think there was just a slight glitch on the HUD. But yeah, it looks like Kanak has, a pretty decent gap now. He's just controlling the race yet again. And Ronit has done a very good job of coming back up, just keeping P2, I would say. And yeah, we're on board Bhargav Talari now, who is trying to put some pressure on Hardik Pari. And we've seen Hardik having a few, moments here and there, and not the best of pace on the straights. So let's see if he can hold on to P3 here.
Yep, he seems to be holding on to the P3 for now, but Bhargav has been putting some good pressure on the back, and they've been stuck together for a while. So, but it does seem like Moto is playing a bit of a strategic game here right now, because his energy reserves is a lot better compared to Bhargav. You can visibly see that lift and coast that Moto is doing to conserve his fuel levels. So I think that's where the difference is. Bhargav is going full send, and his energy reserves is depleting, and I think he's gonna have to pit very soon.
Well, we are near the pit windows, and yeah, a lot of these guys are very, very low on fuel, and they have to obviously get into the pits. And while talking about that, we have Sandeep Maridu, who's already pitted this lap, and there's 2.5 minutes, 23 and a half minutes left into this race. So yeah, let's see where Sandeep comes out, and these guys, of course, will be pitting real soon, whereas Hardik can go for yet another lap. So in the background there, that is Jaikumar Patil in P10 now, and he has, I think, overtaken Abdul Mukeet, who was under pressure from Shiv Kiran. Abdul, I think he had also started from the back, and yeah, P11 is pretty decent for him right now. And yeah, on screen is Priyan Chauhan, who was in P14, so not the best of races for him. He was in the top 5 last time around. So yeah, oh, that's a drive-through from Sandeep Maridu. I think that's going into the pits.
Yep, he must have had a pit lane infringement, which puts him in a very bad place with the DT. So that's really not gonna help his case.
Well, he's getting very unlucky, and yeah, right now on screen we have both the Corvettes going side by side into Ascari and out of it as well. Both of them just given enough space to each other, and ooh, that is super close. He goes off the track, gets back on, and yeah, he's just right there to take the position off of him as well. So yeah, Priyan's doing a pretty decent job. I think that's Thomas who is overtaken in Pahuja as well. So it was one of the McLarens and the Corvette. I just for some reason the liveries are pretty similar, so just confused both of them. But yeah, that's a pretty decent move by Priyansh. They just takes P9 as of now. Of course, most of them are betting he can go for yet another lap. And this is the battle for P1. Kanak Satam has gotten overtaken by Ronit Surelia here. Very low on the energy as well. They will definitely have to come into the pits this lap around. And yeah, I think we just missed the overtake, but that's a very decent move, I think, by Ronit, because he has overtaken. Does go quite slow coming out of the second Lesmo. Has let Kanak through. I have no idea what's going on here. I think both of them are on fuel management here. But yeah, very interesting stuff going on.
Yep, it does look like some fuel management play going on with both of them trying to lift and conserve enough to make it to the pit lane before hitting zero. So yeah, I think that was the reason for the overtakes, but let's check it out in a while. We've got another drive-through coming in the way of Akbar Kumar, who is also not having the rubber green. He's been having a lot of penalties and a lot of negative stuff happening. So his poor luck continues, and he racks up another DT.
And look at that, 1% left for Kanak right there. Can he make it to his box? We'll just have to see. Yep, there we go.
Importantly, Surelia gets held up by a BMW that got released, so that's gonna play a huge role in their pitting activities.
That is very unfortunate for him. This might give Hardik a chance to maybe get closer to the guys in front. But yeah, this is, I think, the move after Ronit had already overtaken Kanak. Yep. And Kanak just takes the position back. Oh, there's still fighting going into the first, I think, or second chicane, I would say. And yeah, it's very close fighting between these two. I think Kanak might have made a mistake before that itself, which let Ronit in front. But yeah, it did look like Ronit just let go of throttle coming out of Lesmo too. And yeah, there was a thank you from Kanak, who just took the position back from him on this particular straight right here. And there we go. He's come out in front, and almost 3-second gap between him and Ronit. So Ronit definitely not gonna be happy after getting held up by the BMW right there.
Yep, but that is unfortunately reality in the pit lane. We don't have any ghosting in the pit lane, which means that the cars releasing and the cars entering the pit lane have to take care to not cause any collisions. So yeah, in that case, Ronit got really unlucky, to be honest.
Well, there was a point where he had overtaken and taken the lead. Now there's a gap between them is 4.3 seconds. So it's going to be a tall order to get that position back, or actually get that gap lowered, because we've seen that Kanak's second stints most of the times have been really on point, and he just ekes the gap out. But let's see if Ronit has anything left in the tank to get closer. And we're talking about that. We have Hardik Pari, who's 5 seconds behind him. So he is definitely, gained quite a bit of time out of the pits. And yeah, we can see both of them on the same part of the screen. So this is going to be a huge confidence boost and a motivation as well for Hardik to try and get that P2 away and lose slightly lesser points compared to what he is right now.
Yeah, indeed, that could make a huge difference in the championship. Right now, Kanak seems to be going at a dominant pace to take the lead. But obviously, every single point counts at the end of the day. So Hardik will definitely be looking to get that P2 of Ronit Zorelia, who is doing his level best to hold on to that P2 and put up a fight for the lead, which he almost pulled off, but had to be interrupted due to fuel concerns and the pit lane related hold up. But yeah, that will be a confidence boost for Ronit as well to see that he can get close and put some pressure on. But he's got a tall order in front of him with a 4 second gap, and like you said, Kanak on the second stance is just using that courage advantage to stretch out the gap even more. So it's definitely a tall order, and I think Ronit will be definitely looking to preserve that P2 as much as he can, while Hardik will try to close down as soon as he could on the P2.
Well, on board Aurora here, he's back up to P5. It was just a recovery drive for him. And Shivkaran, I think, has benefited quite a lot. He is in P7 now, which is very good for him, and has overtaken Arav Shakunt, who's dropped down to P8. So the strategy not really helping him there. Jagama Patil is back up to P10, and yeah, he has multiple cars in front of him, so he can, if he plays all his cards right, he could just end up P7 or maybe even P6 if he has the pace for it. Yeah, well, all four of them just very close to each other. Ooh, dipping up the rear left of the BMW onto the gravel as well. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a little bit of a calm after the pits. They have to get the tires in the right window, and then the fight will start yet again. We are on board on that is the Banatwala right there. He is in P17, following one Mali and a Afzan in front. So we saw that Vanwali and I think that was Faizan who had the incident in turn 1. Faizan has DNF'd. Unfortunately, I think he had too much damage. But yeah, Vanwali has continued and is in P16 now, trying to make some moves and get back up a few positions. Afzan is in front. He's like the cock in the bottle. He's just holding these guys back for now. But let's see for how long he can do that.
Yep. So these guys are just exiting the pits, and here right now trying to sort themselves out. And you can just see Sandeep is piling the pressure on Alex Joseph. Sandeep had to serve that penalty, the pit lane infringement, and he's now trying to find his way back up to wherever he can. Right now he's fighting over P18 with Alex Joseph, just not happening at that point. Has to stay back. And well, Alex Joseph goes wide and offers a position on a plate to Sandeep, and he goes through there. Up ahead, Azim Banatwala is going on the attack with Aditya Varmani for P16, and seems to have a good exit through, and he's already gaining the lead onto the braking zone. Will Aditya Varmani fight back? Well, not in that occasion. And in the meantime, in the back, Sandeep is making a move on Akbar Kumar. I think Akbar Kumar was attacking Sandeep, but Sandeep had held on, and he holds on to the P18. Looks like Jaykumar had another moment through there. He's just recovering off that Lesmo too. So clearly not his day, but still in P10. So he will definitely looking to salvage whatever points that he can out of this. But yeah, definitely it might be a case of what could have been for him.
Well, sorry for leaving there for a bit, Deepak, but yeah, back. And we're back racing as well. So it's Shivkaran who has been overtaken by Arav Shakunt and now is on the defense. While Yeah, Shivkiran has been doing, he has had races where he's been doing pretty decent. Just gets at least in the top 10 and has had a few good overtakes, a few defensive moves as well. And he finds himself in P8 as of now, which is pretty decent because he's gained 5 positions and Som behind him has gained 6. Can he make that 7? And can Shivkiran make it 6 as well? We'll just have to see. But yeah, right now on the left hand side of the screen, you can see that Gaurav Arora has lost almost 3 positions, and we did see why. And it's like a recovery drive for him. He's still P5, P1 is Kanak, P2 is Ryan Sorelia, and P3 is Hardik Bari. And all of them, again, slowly but surely closing up. As of now, it is 2 second gap between Ronit and Kanak in P1 and 2, and it's a 5 second gap for Hardik. So interesting gaps. 12 minutes and 45 seconds left in this race. Let's see if they can, just close the gaps. And while I'm talking about that, we have, I think that is Ajish Gilbert in the back of the screen right there. We have Gaurav Arora trying to defend P5 off of him. He did have a bit of damage, of course. He went into the tire wall, maybe on the left-hand side of the car is a bit damaged. But yeah, let's see if we can defend from Ajish Gilbert here.
Yep, the Corvette seems to be slightly struggling, and Ajish is just closing in on all the braking zones. So I don't think a move isn't coming into turn 1.
But he just has to try and get a better exit over here, and yeah, just send one down the inside. We have seen a few Porsches do that before, but we can see that Gaurav is going a little defensive, just going left and right on the track, just making sure that he has the better position, and he isn't really under pressure as of now. There's quite a decent gap between them. He's not in the dive bomb territory either, so yeah, he just has to keep calm, defend when he has to, and just keep his line when he doesn't have to. So yeah, P5 is still a decent recovery drive from him, and yeah, Ajish right behind. I think he started P5. He wants to get back to that position, and this is the best time for that to happen. 11 minutes left in the race, and that is, I think, Vanmali yellow flagged on the left hand side of the screen, and he's down to P22. So yeah, definitely a lot of damage, and he might be retiring. Yep.
That's a very
Does look
total
like
start.
doesn't have a tire, right?
Yep.
That's unfortunate for him. Well, his race has gone from bad to worse. We have a replay right here. Oh,
He already stopped.
I think that's Sandeep, and oh my god, okay.
Yep, I think that's a poor rejoin. I think there was some incidents happening before. I could see that Sandeep, Abid Hussain, and Aditya had a few incidents, and I think there was just an unsafe rejoin coming in there, and that had compounded the damage, I feel. Yep, here we go. That's Aditya Munali and Sandeep Peredo chasing after. Let's see what happens. Oh, and the Corvette once again throwing a handful. He had lost a wheel and the car is just sliding out of control. That's really bad.
That is very, very unlucky. And the fact that the BMW was just, a innocent bystander who just got in the... Yeah, it is just unlucky for him.
Oh, another picture perfect replay. This has just happened earlier watching the replay. Gaurav Arora does the same thing that Vanmali did, spinning out in that exit of Ascari chicane. The Corvette is really throwing a handful to these guys.
That is... I was going to say, wait, it's just a different livery and the same turn, but yeah, that is unlucky for him because he was doing a pretty decent job. Like, Gaurav was, he started, I think, in the top 3, did a good job of getting back to P5, and yeah, he's in the pits now in P18. Ajish Gilbert would be happy with him though because he has got a free position and is back up to P5. We are on board Sai Tarun here, who is still defending from some extent. Both of them have gained quite a lot of positions, so they will both be happy with finish in the top 8, I would say. And yeah, it just looks like Shakant has opened up a gap to Sai Kiran, and Shiv Kiran, and Shiv is under pressure from Samik Sen.
And we have Jaikumar Patel, who is still trying to recover, currently running P9. And yeah, he'll definitely again be wondering what could happen if not for some of those mistakes and spinning out. Still not sure what happened in turn 1, but yeah, definitely like another case of maybe a better quality could have maybe saved him from a lot of those issues, I feel.
Yeah, he probably could have just avoided a few maybe mistakes, a little less of pressure as well to try and overtake as many people as possible. But yeah, it looks like he is sitting in P9, but is definitely faster compared to the guys in front. So slowly but surely, maybe towards the end of this race, he could maybe attack one of these guys, because both of them are fighting. Both of them will lose time if the fight goes on. 7.5 minutes left in the race. So yeah, anything could happen. Jaikumar could end up P7, or maybe Shiv Kiran can defend this position and keep his McLaren in P7, but the BMW behind him just tantalizingly just there, making sure that he knows that he's right behind, and any small mistake, he'll be there to attack and take the position off of him.
Yep, indeed, and Samik Sen has also demonstrated excellent racecraft through his time here in IRC, and he's not one to make rash moves, but he'll definitely make sure that he's there. He'll make sure that he's known. I think he was trying to have a bit of a jink on the inside. I think that did upset him, and he had to settle back a little bit. Now you can see that gap that visibly grown, but at this stage it does look like Samik Sen is having better pace, and Shiv Kiran is trying to hold on as best as he could.
Yeah, and talking about gaps, we have Ran Surelia in P2, only 1.9 seconds away from Kanak, but again, it just looks like Kanak is just in control of the race, even though he's trying to, Ronit is trying his best to get the gap down, but every lap, it's slowly but surely stagnating around 2 seconds, and yeah, I feel like it's just going to be Kanak bring it home. He has slightly lesser energy compared to Ron here. So yeah, maybe towards the end, final lap, they could come close to each other. We did see Ronit taking P1 away from Kanak, and there we go. That is Hardik Pari in the background. He would be hoping that his Porsche teammate can overtake the Corvette in front and take away some points off of him, because he needs all the help he can to try and win this championship. Otherwise, right now it just looks like the 26 point gap is just gonna increase more and more, and it's going to be harder for Hardik to get close and maybe even fight for P1 for that matter. And of course, these guys are fighting for a prize pool, which you can check on the Discord here. But yeah, we are sponsored by RaceSim, so thank you so much for them. You can go and check out their website as well. They have a lot of sim, I would say, apparel. So yeah, you can go and check them out.
Yeah, indeed, they do make some really good quality sim rigs, and of course, like I said, it's impossible to do without the sponsors' help, and the second season with the prize pool that's running. So yeah, a big thanks to them, and like you said, just head out to RaceSim, start in, and do check it out.
Yeah, I think on screen right now we have Jaikumar Patil, who's in P9, and it shows Priyansh Obhan in P10, but there's a BMW right behind. I think that might be a back marker.
Yeah, that's a back marker car that's running through. We did see blue flags flashing on the flag indicator on the side, so it is a lapped car. I believe that is Nick Phoenix, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is a back marker indeed. And we see Priyansh Obhan in the red Corvette just in that edge of the frame at the last. He's not too far, but he's got some ground to be catching up. Ooh,
Getting
McLaren
very spicy
goes
here.
very off the line. I think Shiv Kiran had made a mistake there. I don't know what he is doing, that had bounced him off the cover and immediately opened up to attack from Jaykumar Patil.
Well, during all that, Stomach Tin was like, thank you very much, I'll take P7, and has overtaken Shiv Kiran, and Jaykumar Patil is right behind as well. So P7, he's just checking out in front. We can see the green and black, or whatever, I think maybe turquoise and black BMW just trying to escape in front of them. And Arav Shakunt is also, slowly but surely losing time to these guys. And we can see him right there entering Lesmo 2 onto the next straight. So yeah, this could be a chance for Somik Sen to try and maybe close up the gap. A last minute dive down the inside for P6 there, but this is the move that got Somik Sen P7. So it goes around the outside, a bit of contact there, a lot of contact there, and just cuts the corner.
Interesting overtake. I think Somik Sen will argue that he was pushed off, but definitely an interesting overtake to say the least.
Well, that's definitely going to the stewards, so maybe Jaykumar can get yet another position just off of maybe a penalty. I don't know, we'll leave that up to the stewards. But yeah, on street right now we have the number 99 car in 9th, so 999 there, and would be a good spot if you see the numbers, but of course Jaykumar trying to get more and more positions here, and let's see if he can get a move. We still have 2 minutes left in this race, and yeah, it looks like Kanak has just logged the P1. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here, you aren't gonna catch me up. And yeah, it's been a 2-second gap for pretty much the second half of this race after the pit stop, and that's what we've seen happen so many times in the past as well. So a pretty dominant season from Kanak here, and yeah, Hardik is still P3. Ronit has so much more energy per stage compared to the guys around him, but yeah, I don't think he has the time or the pace or maybe even the track to overtake him.
That was that could have ended really badly, because sometimes you tip a wheel on the gravel and it can throw you around. So good thing that didn't happen. That could have ended his race really badly, but yeah, still a very good showing from Ronit Aurelia to put that much pressure on Kanak and just getting nicked by that little pit stop incident. But still, he's showing some very good pace today.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a very, very good showing by him. He's kept it consistent, kept it clean, and yeah, a much deserved P2 right there. And yeah, we have back on board with Jaykumar Patil, who is still in P9, following Shiv Kiran in front of him. We have Priyansh Loban behind almost 8 seconds, and Abdul Muqid, he's done a pretty good job, and come up all the way from the back of the pack to P11. So I think that's 10 positions up for him. So yeah, pretty decent job by him as well. And yeah, we have Arav Shakunt still P6, pretty comfortable there. Somik Sen P7, Shiv Kiran in P8, followed very closely by the man in the pink BMW on screen in P9. Getting very close, looking for a move down the inside, very different braking points there. And it almost looks like he's gonna almost tag the back of the McLaren there. But yeah, did a decent job of just avoiding that contact, and this is the final lap of the race. The timer has hit 0-0, so any move that can be done and has to be done in this particular lap.
Yeah, indeed, the clock's running out. This is the last lap, and yeah, we did see the difference in braking points almost causing an incident there. And Jaykumar Patil now has the inside line, just runs him on, and let's move on. He's going inside. Shiv Kiran defends it. There's a lot of contact, and Jaykumar Patil gets spun out, and so does Shiv Kiran. But well, that's very interesting, because there's a lot of wheel banging going on through, and yeah, I think that was just one contact too many.
Yeah, again, this race, the stewards are gonna get a lot of attention, I would say. But yeah, talking about attention, there it is. It is Kanak Satam getting P1 back to back to back. That is the third win in a row, I think, for him, and a well-deserved one at that. It is Ronit Aurelia in P2 and Hardik Pari in P3. So the gap does extend. It is Bhargav Tarari who comes home in P4. So a very decent lap or a very decent race by him as well. And that is Ajish Gilbert crossing the line in P5. We have Arush Rakunt in P6. Again, a very good race by him as well. He has gained quite a few positions and yeah, did a few decent defensive moves as well. So yeah, P6 for him, P7 for Tomik Sen, P8 for Shivkiran, and that's P9 for the 99 car of Jaykumar Patil. It's Priyan Shobhan coming in P10, that's Abdul Makit in P11, and yeah, we have the McLaren of N Pahuja in P13. So I think that was Thomas in the Porsche in P12. Atim Banatwala in P14 in that Mercedes. I think the single Mercedes in the whole race. We have Afzan and Akbar Kumar both in the Porsches finishing 15th and 16th. We have Joseph in P17 in his Corvette, I think. Oh, never mind. That's Alex Joseph who was in the McLaren. And yeah, we have Abid Hussain who was an innocent bystander in one of the incidents who is still yet to finish in P18. We are on board Ritesh Singh right now, who finishes P20. So yeah, we have I think a replay here.
Oh,
Oh, that is Sandeep
that's.
Maridu just I think getting out of energy.
I think so. I think Sandeep might have just miscalculated his energy. I just saw that his overtake was flagged, and I wanted to see what happened. But yeah, that's bad to worse for Sandeep.
Oh yeah, a lot of drivers not gonna be happy with where they have finished. It looked like it was going. It was a decent race up till then, but yeah, we did see him get a drive-through penalty as well. So yeah, not a lot of drivers. I can literally see the LMG chat, and yeah, most of them up and down, and yeah, not the best of races for few. But on the other hand, these guys in the top 10, they'll be very happy with the result. A few of them again having to do a recovery drive. And yeah, congrats to Kanak on P1, Ronit on P2, and Hadik on P3.
Indeed, I mean it was. I think it's a very characteristic race of Monza. We had some cars starting out of place, some drivers making some very good moves, and some mistakes catching drivers off and correcting some other drivers along the way. It's really sad for a few drivers. I think Gaurav was back after a long time, and sad ending for the race. But I think he just got a first-hand taste of how that Corvette is and how it can be a bit of a tough car to control at times. So hopefully he can come back stronger in the next few rounds. But yeah, that's it for now.
Well, the fastest lap was also by Kanak Satam. So, yeah, very, very dominant weekend for him here, or should I say the weekday for him here, because, yeah, it is a Monday and we've just finished our Formula One season as well, a couple of weeks back. Maybe, a new one might start. I don't know when, but yeah, you can join the Discord and be a part of it. We'll have ACC, LMU, and F1, which were going on earlier. Right now, of course, it's just the LMU, if I'm not wrong, which is going on. So yeah, a lot of different races, or I should say, a lot of different sims being streamed here. But yeah, we'll catch you guys always on a Monday for LMU all at 9:15 p.m. So yeah, we're just waiting for the drivers to get into the combox. The top three were Kanak, Ronit, and Hardik Pari. So yeah, let's see. Let's just give them a little bit of time to take a bit of rest and get into the podium interviews.
Yeah, I think we have all three here. Yeah, I think let's start with P3. Why don't you take this, Sagar?
Well, Hardik Pari or Moto, it's been, of course, we had a break week, but yeah, back up here. It's like you've always been here for most of the races. What happened? P3 this time around. We thought, it'll be a closer battle for the championship. It was 26 points going into this race, but yeah, of course, it looks like Kanak has extended the gap. So, what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I just don't have the pace, and I can't be asked, honestly. Lap one was quite fun. I mean, it was nice trying to get those switchbacks, but yeah, Ronit was very quick, and Kanak was too quick. Yeah, but it is what it is. Not too bothered.
Well, congrats on P3. I know, of course, you didn't have the best of qualies, but did a very decent comeback to get up to P3 and keep your nose clean. So, congrats on P3.
Thanks.
All right. Moving on to P2. Ronit. So, how are
Hello.
you doing, Ronit?
Yeah, pretty good.
Right. So that was a pretty close race, I think, until the pit
Yeah.
stop window. So I think before the pit stop window, we did see you guys swapping positions. So was it like both of you trying to aggressively manage your VE, or what was going on?
We were both managing our VE. Then in the end, I was close to him. I did try to overtake him, but I did little bit off the track. So I was like, let me give the position back to him. In the pit lane, I lost time to the BMW while pitting. So yeah,
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Sometimes the racing
yeah.
gods do not favor you, and that
And I
pit lane
did
was a bit
also
unfortunate.
overfuel. So yeah,
Well, well, you learn from these mistakes and you come back stronger. And but yeah, that was some really good showing. We were rooting for you to take P1 because this guy's been winning a lot of time. So yeah, we're really rooting for you to win again next time around. So, but yeah, in all fairness, that's a very good race, and looking forward to see more from you guys. Yeah,
thank you.
thank you. And P1 FIFA Kanak, why don't you take this, Faber?
Well, we've heard this quite a few times this particular season, and yeah, Kanak, few people are saying, the Kanak domination might bore a few fans. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah. I would actually say this race it was really close. I just came back home today. So didn't really have a lot of practice, and I did some miscalculation before the race. I thought it will go to 25 laps, so I was serving aggressively in the first stint, only to realize midstream that I no longer have to save. So yeah, it was a bit miscalculation, but also I think it was great to see Panda and Ronit both have some competition. I think earlier on Panda, when I thought, I'll let Panda through in last corner and just use the Corvette pace, like the straight line to overtake him. But then I
Mhm.
realized he's also driving a Corvette. So that didn't really work well for me. But yeah, I was lucky that Panda, is not really used to the worn out tire Corvette behavior. And, it just had a classic Corvette snap and just went into gravel.
Yeah, we saw quite a few Corvettes actually making a few mistakes, just not able to hold the car going into, let's say Lesmo or even the Parabolica, I think. So, actually, coming out of Ascari as well, we saw a couple of drivers just losing the car. So, yeah, good job on keeping the car on track and yet again on yet another win and extending that championship lead on Moto. So, congrats once again.
Thank you.
All right, and that's about it for us. I guess the Monday is already hitting me quite late, but I guess that's it from us, from IRC today. So that was an interesting round, round 6 of season 2 of LMU. Sponsored by RaceSims, so do check them out. Got some really good high quality sim rigs and some Conspit hardware as well. So check them out and use code IRC and check out for some discounts. And if you do want to take part in the action, join our Discord server. The website link is indianracingcommunity.co.in. It is in the description. So do join us, sign up for the league, take part in the action, take part in the banter, and take part in all the chaos that goes on. So see you guys again next week. And bye bye and have a good week. This is me Deepak and Swagata signing off. Bye bye.